So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Ken Kilday. He's the owner of Leaders Cut. He is an executive business coach. And we just heard your ad about the Silver Bullet Academy. And I thought that maybe we would just tell everybody a little bit about it again for people that might just be tuning in.
Sure. So if you go to makingthecut.biz, this is my resource page for all things for my business. If you go to makingthecut.biz, you'll see that there's an ebook. The ebook are the 6 mistakes that business owners make. So the 6 silver bullets to grow any business fast. It's how do you take those mistakes and turn them into intention and movement. And the Academy then takes those and puts it in 21 modules that goes into further detail. So callers of this show, Carol will cover the cost of that, so don't pay at the website, just call into the show and we'll get you the Academy. The Academy supports the ebook, and throughout all the material, again, it's choose your own adventure. You don't have to go 1 through 21 in order. You choose the one that jumps to you and that would get you the quick win.
And at your pace.
And at your own pace, sure. The ebook takes 23 minutes to read, and I'm not a particularly super fast reader. I'm a pretty average speed reader. But that's what you have to dedicate. You have 23 minutes to work on your business rather than in your business.
And do something to help make a change. And we just talked about that, didn't we?
We just talked about it, yeah.
A little bit about change. Let me give out the website. It's makingthecut.biz. And then, of course, when you go to the Academy, you'll see there's a cost, but not if you call me. And so our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And just call in here, and you're going to be happy that you did. Go ahead. About change.
Okay. Where do you want me to go ahead? Yeah, change. So you're asking where do business owners get stuck, if you will, and some of it is the whole issue of change, of what because they perceive, or the story they tell themselves is that I'm trying to tell them to run their business differently, and I'm not. I'm simply pointing out what outcome they're getting for the way they're running their business. So the point being, business owners that let themselves be interrupted constantly. I'll usually point out, do you realize, you get interrupted about every 30 minutes. Well, what am I supposed to do? Ignore my team? No, organize it. Why does your team have to keep coming to you rather than through you? Again, being that point of, as my one client says, she's not the go-to person, she's the go-through person. She wants to make sure she's guiding her team where they get the information they need to be successful, rather than simply coming to her. And once she's shown them where all their tools and resources are, she expects them to go there, not to her.
Well, the other thing is that people don't write things down. When we were talking about the basics, to me, the number one thing, I know the time is number one for you.
Sure,
me,
that's what pops up a lot.
Right, but to me, people listen up here. I had asked you how many people of the business owners that you come across, and I know it's a lot, that write things down.
Like their plan. They don't. They'll write a goal.
None.
They don't write like their secret recipe to why their business functions so well. They don't, because that's not the recipe of entrepreneurship. What I shared with Carol is the recipe that most of us follow is great idea, way of doing something different, bring our whole heart based on certain values we hold dear, and execute, just work like mad to make that happen. It's what happens on the way to that of now we have all this secret sauce, this way of doing business stuck in our head, and it's not memorialized, it's not written down. It's not a predictable, repeatable structure that everyone can follow along with, and they want to. So that's the function of the coach, to come in and help you to get all that magic out of your head and get it written down so that it can be followed by all.
And what I do know about something is that when you write something down, the chances of it happening are way higher. Very much so.
There's a lot of attention.
When you put it in your brain, that's it.
Yeah,
no.
It's so I was listening to a book recently, and he said, his suggestion was, and this works no matter what, but hey, what's a revenue level that's just not achievable this year for you? And I'm like, well, whatever it is, $1 million, $1 million in revenues, there would be no plan to get that done. But now I've planted that seed in my brain, so even when I'm sleeping or not thinking about it, my brain is trying to solve that equation of what's that, not just a stretch goal, like, hey, if we we can achieve a 20% growth in revenue, but something that's like, yeah, I don't know how to do that. Your brain will get to work on that. It's the same thing if you write things down, your brain will get to work on those sorts of things. So that's where I shared with you on break a key role of a business coach is to evoke awareness from our client, giving our client the space to come to an awareness about what are their values, what are their intention, what are their magic ways of doing business. And when they bring it from subconscious to conscious, now it creates some action behind it. So part of that process is to write things down. It's hard to delegate things to other people if it's not written anywhere. There's not a way that's been put onto paper so other people can refer back to it after the fact.
So when you go up onto his website and you look at all of this, the other thing that you can do is you can contact Ken,
Mm-hmm.
and you can, at any point, kind of have a conversation with him,
Sure.
ask him questions and things like that. What does it look like when somebody first starts working with you?
Yeah, it's me asking you. I'll ask you open-ended questions. Obviously, you're going to paint a picture for me of why you started. We always start with why. Why did you start this business? What are the values you believe in? What are your unique contributions to the business world in your offering? What do you care about? And that starts to create a vision, right? And then we can start diving in a little bit deeper. And the conversations always take a particular direction of whatever it is you think is most important is kind of where your brain is going to go.
And the other thing that I want to tell people out there is that when you go up onto this website and you see, he is not going to try and trap you into anything.
No.
No.
That's for that first chemistry call, right? I promise not to chase you, promise not to ghost me. That's not good for either one of us. We're always looking, do you want more help? Heck yes. Do you want more help? Heck no. Either answer is fine, but we're both professionals and we both own businesses, so we'll just be really clear with each other. I'm here to help you. If you are not perceiving that it's helped, then we're probably not going to have a good chemistry anyway.
So the lines are open here for everyone to get this academy for free, and all you have to do is call it 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. The website is makingthecut.biz. Go up there, you're going to see so much that he offers for everybody to really see what it's like to be working with a coach like Ken, not just any coach,
Right.
okay, like a coach like Ken. And then you can take that academy and go there and don't pay for it. Just call me. You're going to get it for free, and you're going to get even more. So our number here is 602-277-5369.
You'd asked me during the break also how I work with people. What are the first steps? We covered that. But the other way is there's different ways that coaches work. I do work one-on-one with certain leaders, but I also this year launched a small business community group. So these are entrepreneurs that are maybe in that first phase or two of starting a business that aren't in a position necessarily to work with a one-on-one coach, but still want to have access to coaching principles and materials. And so
I love
that's
that.
an access
A
point.
coaching community. I think that's
Small
really
business
cool.
community group. Yeah, a newer launch for us this year, a way to work with a lot of entrepreneurs that you asked before, do entrepreneurs write things down? Well, if you look back as a business owner, think back what you wish you'd done in the beginning, or what helped you wish you'd had, or what guidance do you wish you had access to. Well, these are a lot of the coaching materials I use one-on-one with executives that are available to business owners that are a little bit newer to business.
So we've got our lines open here. The number is 602-277-5369. You're going to see the academy does cost money, but you know what? If you call me, you're going to get it for free. That's my listeners. That's who gets it for free. So our number here is 602-277-5369. Check it out on his website. It's makingthecut.biz. There's a ton there, and you're going to be so happy that you did. The book only takes 23 minutes.
23 minutes.
And the assessment, one of them takes 15 minutes. There's a couple there that you can use over and over and over again and find more about yourself to help you grow. And again, our number here to get that academy for free is 602-277-5369. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute. Am I getting to everything? I don't even know. Okay. Okay, good. Well, I was going to say something to you and I forgot. Something about. writing it, something about writing.
But also, if you want to cover the contest, let's go over to, oh, it's not on here.
Was it on Instagram?
Yeah, but I don't have it still on there.
I had it.
It's on the phone. It's just not on mine. Here we go. Oops.
Now, is the community online?
Yes,
And so where is that?
it's on my main website, KilDay.com.
Okay.
They can get to it. If they just click the logo, it goes right to
No, that's, I will, I'd like to maybe check it out.
Okay.
Not necessarily right here, but I
Right.
meant for me
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's under the programs, so, and also, I think I did a bunch of LinkedIn posts on it as well, for the small business community with links to get you there. And I did a email series that went out to my list on it as well. So, it's pretty easy to find. I can always just email it to you, so that you can find the link. But yeah, it's a twice a meeting month virtually. And then everyone, I've opened up this year, my clients can use a Voxer. It's a walkie-talkie app, basically.
Oh, yeah, you
So,
told me
yeah,
about that one
yeah,
time.
you just go there and you just record yourself talking, just have a natural, hey, I was thinking about this morning, I got this big thing coming up in this afternoon. Here's the way I'm thinking about it, any insights, and then, in between my breaks, I just answer those.
Okay.
So it's a way to stay connected so that in between our formal session, there's just some informal back and forth.
Yeah, and with other people, you can kind of bounce off of them,
Mhm.
right, too?
Yeah, in the formal sessions.
Right, I meant
Yeah.
in the session, right?
Yeah, it's a group, so.
No, I
everyone can
understand.
interact. Yeah, it's not like a webinar where you can't see who's there. It's a group where you see everybody that's in the room.
Okay, online,
Online.
like a Zoom, okay.
Well, it is a Zoom, not like a Zoom.
It's like a Zoom.
It is a Zoom.
It's a Zoom. Here we go. God, today seems like it went fast, didn't it? So, welcome back. I wanted to talk a little bit about the 5 reasons why people should have a coach,
Okay,
should hire a coach.
yep.
One, time, because they don't have enough time, they need somebody to help them.
Well, it's to provide insights, right? It's to be that outside vision, right? The creating a custom plan, because I'm seeing how you're
The
playing.
bird's eye view.
The bird's eye view. It's if you, again, sports analogy, if you look at anyone who plays at an elite level and wins championships, has a coach or 2 or 3 or 4. So in golf, you have a putting coach and you have several others. It's not that they're teaching you how to putt. It's them telling you that if you move your elbow down a half an inch, you're going to shave a stroke off of your game, and that can be the difference between $1 million or 100,000. The difference between first and second is rarely more than 1 or 2. However, it's a 10x return on the investment. So that's what coaching is. It's getting a return on investment. But we do have another piece out there that is 5 reasons to hire a coach. That's also on the main website at KilDay.com. We'll show you the 5 reasons to hire a coach, or we'll give you that. But the first is a customized plan. Coaching is not one size fits all. Again, if that putting coach isn't telling you how Tiger used to do it, he's telling you how you play the game and how you can play it better with your talent set. And that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at your talent set and helping you be the best you can be.
What is the biggest myth when it comes to hiring a coach? What people think about?
Yeah, I think it's that hesitance of, I'm going to tell you how to run your business, or I'm going to tell you that you're doing it wrong, and that's definitely not it.
No, definitely.
I'm not there to tell you I'm not there to assess how you're doing it, right? We're there to build a plan to get what you want, not what never about me.
So, I mean, when people out there, you're listening to Ken here, I mean, to me, almost anyone that owns a business should do this. Because you're getting access to things that only gonna help you,
Right.
right?
Yeah, so then that's the question of, well, can you be successful and not have a coach? You can be successful and not have a coach. I don't know that you're gonna win a championship type game if you're gonna be in the elite space. That's the differential, is people that hire me are looking to achieve a very specific outcome, right? They want to perform it in a unique way.
Right. That's
So-
well, let's talk about that, making the cut. That's what it's all
Right,
about. I mean,
yeah.
you know, do you wanna be good at what you do? Do you wanna be a professional at what you do?
Right, right. We often say coaching, especially when it comes like systems and processes, it's professionalizing your operation,
Mhm.
right? It's changing just the random thoughts that are in your own head, being the go-to person, with a predictable, repeatable process unique to you and your business that everyone can follow.
So go to the website, which is makingthecut.biz, and you're gonna see all of that you get for free, but then there's gonna be the academy. Don't pay for it, just call me and I'm gonna get you connected with Ken. So the number to call here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100, and you will get that academy for free by calling me. And maybe it's you or someone that you know. That's what I like about this show, you know, sometimes it may be you're listening to this and you should tell your boss about it.
And that's one of the funniest non-referrals I get, is somebody will name a leader that they work with and say, so-and-so really needs you.
Yeah?
Well, until so-and-so realizes they need me, they're not gonna call me.
Well, they should.
Yeah.
What's this that you got
This
here?
is,
Oh, the
this is
5
what
reasons.
you mentioned 5 reasons we
Yes.
hadn't,
Let's talk about them.
yeah.
Okay.
So 5 reasons to hire a coach. I told you it's personalization first and foremost. Second is accountability.
Oh,
and-
so important.
Yeah, accountability is such a funny word because I think sometimes people mishear it as blame. Accountability is, what do you want to achieve? What's the timeline you want to achieve it? How are we going to measure it? And then are you coming to each of our sessions or interactions with measurable progress? And if not, why not?
But not just that. I'm sure that when people say, yes, I'm gonna do that, and then, did you do it? You know, did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do
no.
instead?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If such and such wasn't a priority, then what was a priority? By definition, whatever your focus was, that was the.
I have to ask you, go ahead.
However, this is how accountability
mean
works,
that.
is when you put something out there, I wanna hit $1 million this year, or 5 million, or 10 million, or 5,000, whatever it is, when you put it out there, that is accountability, because you told other people. It does something, it changes your brain chemistry so that you're focused on the item, and that's part of what creates accountability.
So earlier we had mentioned how if you write something down, what's the difference when you don't, how much happens when you do. The same thing for accountability. How many people, when you have an accountability partner, let's say, or a coach, do things happen?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what accountability is. If
It is what it is.
you never tell anyone, or you don't write it down, if nobody knows about it, you're not accountable to it, because nobody knows about it, so they don't know you didn't do it. However, it does create issues inside your own head of, you create that excuse path of, oh, well, I just got busy, right? If you go back to your old patterns, but that's, you already know how to do as much business as you're doing. So if, 100,000 is where you're stuck, if you will, that's what you know how to do. So if you keep doing what you're doing, you're just gonna keep getting that. You don't get a new outcome if you do the exact same thing over and over and over again. What got you here will get you there.
Dude, what's number 3?
Gain new perspectives. Again, I'm seeing you from a different position, right? You can't see how you're holding the golf club. You can't see where your hand is when you're throwing the football. You can't see how you're running for the long distance race. You can't see any of those things. However, I have a different perspective that I can share with you. And once you have better information, you can decide what, if anything, you want to do about it.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Making better decisions. So a lot of business owners, what they're stuck between is making a perfect decision and not making a decision. Well, not making decisions is a decision, and it's the worst thing you can possibly do. making the decision, whether good or bad, you don't even know what it's gonna be, but making it is how you change that overwhelm. That's usually when we sit on decisions into momentum. That's making choices.
That's the first thing we started with today.
That's
It's
where
kind
we
of
started
funny.
today.
Yeah, it's kind of full circle.
Full circle of, if you wanna make better decisions, learn how to make them. Make
So,
them and move on.
Make the decision to go up onto his website and check all this out, because you're gonna love that you did. It's makingthecut.biz. You will see the Academy has a cost to it, but all you have to do is call me and you'll get it for free. 602-277-5369.
Yeah, and that brings us to the final point, the fifth reason you want to hire a coach, and that's new opportunities. So once you get yourself in that habit of a customized plan, being accountable, making decisions, now you're going to start to see that when you're making decisions and you can move on to the next thing, new opportunities will present themselves. See, that's how we get from being stuck somewhere into moving forward towards that new big goal. And that's where things that you couldn't have imagined show themselves to you and become possible because you've handled so much of the other business and you've delegated and communicated clearly to everybody and you're all rowing in the same direction, and now new things can pop up for your business so you hit those new bigger targets that you've been aiming for.
Now, the other thing I want you to mention again is your community. That sounds so good.
Yeah, one of the new offers we've created this year is the Small Business Community Group, so group coaching for entrepreneurs that are sort of in the beginning years, if you will, of their business, that maybe are not in a position to hire an individual coach. However, they would really benefit from the structure and the frameworks and getting to talk to one another plus me. So we've created a small business community group, much easier for them to access, and that's on the main website at KilDay.com. They can find the small business community group, or just there's lots of ways to contact me in the chat or text or email. Just reach out to me if you'd like some more information on the small business community group.
And have a little conversation with Ken, because you know what? That's what it starts with right there.
That's right.
Is to make that decision, go up onto the website, do some of these things, get to the point where, you know what, I want to call Ken,
Yeah.
And have that conversation, find out, are we a fit? That's the
right.
first thing.
Yeah, are we a fit? If we are a fit, what do you actually need? What are you hoping to achieve? Something triggered a thought in your mind that I'm just going to go ahead and give him a call.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my question. What made you decide to pick up the phone this time, or text, or what have you?
Right, and here's the thing, folks. Once you work with someone like Ken, is that people are always worried about, oh, it's going to make it go a long time. Well, yeah, you might want to, because you're going to love it.
That'll be your choice.
Yeah.
We'll define in the beginning. What does winning look like for you? What does success look like for you? And we'll continuously evaluate that. I recommend we evaluate every 6 months. I have clients I've worked with for years and years and years, and we still every 6 months take a look back and where were we and where are we, and is that success?
And that's what a coach does.
That's right.
It's another thing.
Of course.
Because you have to look back and see where we were, where are we today.
You always want to measure backwards. That's called the gain. Where was I and where am I? What did I learn or do or succeed at? You never want to look forward at some idealistic view of, well, I'm not doing the million or whatever that big number was. That's called a gap. You're comparing yourself to something that doesn't exist. That will always make you feel bad. If you always look backwards and measure how far you've come and what you've learned in the process, you'll be successful, and I'll help you do that.
The number to call him direct is 602-820-6978. You're going to see everything on his website right there. It is so great for you to be able to go up there and get all of this information that he's offering to you for free, and the Academy by calling me at 602-277-5369. Check him out. It is makingthecut.biz. You're going to love that you did that.